from DLT here at the ProTech booth, SHOT Show 2025. Here with Dave. Good to see you again, Dave.
Great to see you.
We are going to go over some of the new models, some very interesting stuff, including some Chavez, but I'm going to let Dave take it away.
Hey everybody, Happy New Year, happy SHOT Show. So for the show, we've brought a lot of really cool stuff in our Oligarch Sinkovich designed auto. We've done some really neat custom pieces. This is something we've never done before in a custom where it's a stainless steel frame. It's about an hour and a half of machining per pair.
I can believe it because it's very intricate.
Yeah, very intricate. After the machining process, we deburr it by hand, we clean it up a little bit, send it out for DLC black. Then when it came back from black, we made plastic vice jaws to hold it and not scratch it, to come in and put it back in the machine to cut this texture. So they've actually been in and out of the CNC machine twice. Then the flats are hand satin finished. You've got a two-tone blade, so two-tone on two-tone on two-tone with a little bit of two-tone, and then a black lip pearl push button. Super cool limited edition. These stainless ones have that, I like to say, luxurious tank-like feel. Yeah. They're beefy and heavy. And one thing about an auto with a stainless frame, when the power of our spring hits, instead of it moving, you've got that weight behind it, it sort of absorbs it.
And it's just solid in hand.
Super solid.
And it feels great.
Yeah. So kind of overbuilt, very, very fun. One of the knives that's been a smash hit for us that I'm really proud of is our TR3 Integrity Manual.
I am stoked on that one. I was
Thanks.
super happy to get them in. When I first ordered them, like, I kind of didn't pay attention.
Right.
The TR3, love the knife.
Classic.
Like, oh, this is even cooler than what I thought when I ordered
So
them.
the win for us of taking a knife that I've made for 22 years, the TR3 Auto is a knife we've sold the most to police, military, fire, rescue. It's a perennial seller for us, a big hit in the line. And then to take it and install a Malibu-like mechanism with bearings and everything. And I'm so proud of how this came out. It might be the best knife I've ever made. And so you got this incredible thumb stud, dual-sided, S35. This is a brand new texture. We're calling it Reptile. Deep carry pocket clip. And again, the legacy of a classic ProTech, but with a brand new mechanism.
And one of the details at first, because you've done the fish scale before, and some texturing, and at first glance I kind of thought, well, that's just what that is. But if you look close, just the contouring on each of the scales is absolutely insane. So it almost takes a video like this or get it in hand to really appreciate this. But it is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, a lot of extra machine time, a lot of fussing and tinkering to get that thumb stud just where we wanted it. It's great.
It almost looks like this is assisted, but this is just a good nail behind it. So there's no spring in there. It's just finely tuned, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, buttery smooth, and you do really get that, ultimate one-handed, right? With that drop shut. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm very excited for those TR3 Integrities. And then in the manual ProTech lineup, before the Malibu, before the Mordax, we built a knife called the Cambria. And it was a little ahead of its time. I don't think the market was quite ready for button lock flippers to be a thing like they were when the Malibu came out. And so I wanted to give that knife its day in the sun now that this category of manual button locks is so big for us. So this is the Cambria 2. We took the Cambria design and we mellowed out some of the curves. We changed the inlay profile so there's a little bit bigger inlay. This is a hand ground, mirror polished, stainless frame prototype. But between now and say the Atlanta Blade Show, we'll be working on aluminum handles, a variety of inlays, machine ground, magna cut blades, kind of a full spread of them. But again, that drop shut, super smooth type action. One thing about the Cambria is even the base production models will all have inlays. So that'll help separate it, besides the look and feel being quite a bit different than a Malibu or a Mordax, or of course an Integrity. These will all have inlays, which will be another thing to separate it from the other manuals in our line.
And just
like butter, yeah.
And like Dave said, don't let this one scare you. Like, the compound grind, all that stuff. It'll be available in the standard options. So.
Yep, and you can imagine the base model being, a black aluminum frame, maybe with a cool carbon fiber inlay, that kind of thing. Yeah.
And these definitely caught my attention when we first walked up to the booth. if you're familiar with the Chavez stuff, you can look at it like, well, that's the Chavez. It just has a signature look, and even with the signature clip. So Dave, why don't we just talk about this real quick?
You bet. We're in such a neat position. They say the company you keep says a lot about you, and I believe that statement. And so our collaboration partnerships are really fantastic, and we're very lucky that we have a lot of people want to work with us, bring new designs to the line. And so Ramon Chavez is someone we've always enjoyed talking to, and it's been on our list of, hey, we should do a thing together for kind of a long time. And so it finally came up that we were able to do it. So we take his Rendition folder and turn it into an auto, right? A classic ProTech move. And a lot of things about this, and really one of the neat things about doing a collaboration, the chances of us building a ProTech with a skull clip, not very good.
Right.
But when you're working on a Chavez, that's how you do it, right? And so I love his design. He's one of the nicest guys in the knife business. And so to bring his knife into an auto, and also huge, this is really the first USA-made Chavez production knife. Okay. So his customs, of course, but everything else offshore. And so to bring it home to America, build an auto with a guy who's a really good friend of ours, we're super excited.
And like you had mentioned, you've done collaborations before. So if you're not familiar with ProTech, they've done Emerson, they've done Strider. It's
Zola, Les George.
A ton of,
yep.
Can't forget about Les.
Yep.
Hi, Les.
Yeah. Sorry, Les.
A ton of awesome collaborations.
Yep. Yeah, so that's a new one. These will be flowing. They actually are finished first production run pieces. So stonewashed S35, blasted hardware, the skull clip. These will be out at DLT probably within the next month or so.
Okay, and also available in blue. We just have the black and the red shown here on the table.
Yeah, and as you know, with the ProTech, we can't help ourselves. We're like mad scientists back there. And so we'll do different colors, different finishes. We'll have DLC blades, eventually customs with Damascus. But
we got to start somewhere.
Of course. Yep.
And this one also might look familiar to people. This is the Don.
So the large Don, it's kind of an oldie but a goodie. And again, it's good we do collaborations, because if it was up to me, everything would be a dagger. And so it's stiletto-y. And so this one is our biggest of the Italian-styled autos that we make. It's a 4.5-inch blade. One of the things that really sets this one apart, besides the giant scale of it, is the 3D machined contoured handle. So this one is curved. It takes a ball and mill back and forth, about an hour and a half per pair. It's a labor of love to machine these for sure. And it's got the wing guards with, give it that classic Italian vibe. This group, pearl button, satin blade, very limited in quantity, but you'll definitely see these rolling out. And then after these hit, you'll see some with inlays and kind of the full suite of the large Dons. Yeah. And all the large Dons now, whether it's inlaid or not, are all going to have deep carry pocket clips. Some of the early generations didn't have clips. Yeah. And then another collaboration partnership that's brand new for us that we're excited about is with Vero Engineering. And so Joseph Vero and the folks over there, they're just great. Their designs are fantastic. They're really nice folks, and they run a great business. We've admired them a lot. And so kind of like the Chavez, for Vero, this is their first American-made production piece, and it's also their very first collaboration of any kind. And so we're honored that they would trust us with their baby. Sure. And that's really one of the things about a collaboration, right? You've got a custom knife maker who's got a design, it's close to their heart, it's their baby, and they trust us enough to take their baby and inflict our mechanism and our style on it. Every time we do it, I really take it as a huge compliment. One of the things about this Vero design that I really like, in the closed position, you kind of get a sense in your mind of what the blade's going to look like. But when you open it, there's so much more blade than you think you're going to get that it makes you happy. The Vero folks' design are so good for blade to handle ratio. And then another neat feature with this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the 3/4 aluminum construction. So the base bottom piece of the handle is 3/4 of the way up, and it's 6061 aircraft aluminum. The lid, which starts here, is micarta. And so you get on top of the blade that you're surprised you got as much as you were going to, you also have a very lightweight package because of the micarta tops. And you can imagine down the road, we'll do different colors, we'll do carbon fiber, we'll do G10, all kinds of fun we can have with this. The production version of this will be ready in time for Blade Show Texas. So a little bit closer than some of the other projects. And you can picture like a base model with a flat ground MagnaCut stonewash blade, blasted hardware, that kind of thing. But they all will have this signature Vero marked and Vero designed 3D, pocket clip. So taking something that, the folks who collect Veros, when they line them up, this will be part of the family in a very natural way. Yeah, it's a really exciting new model.
Is it hidden lanyard?
Yep,
hole?
yep,
Okay.
little sneaky lanyard hole. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So for the year launching into 2025, I feel great about bringing some classics back, turning an old classic into a new model, a few new partnerships and collaborations. It should be a great year.
That's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to see more like this, and thank you, Dave.
Thank you.